Yes guys, what is good? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video, which is a raw push session with this voiceover. So yeah, new style video, so let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But yeah, I thought I'd take you through it, obviously training wise, rationale for each exercise, and a little bit of an update for myself, which I'll go through in a minute. But it starts quite quickly, so go straight into it. So movement one is a unilateral seated lateral raise, which I do on the machine, as you can see, facing away, using the other arm to give me a nice brace. So I like doing it on this in this way around because my traps don't take over as much. The resistance profile just feels pretty nice. So yeah, I've got 3 sets on this first movement of the session. It doesn't really take away from my pressing, and obviously my delts are a pretty weak area of mine. Something that's come up a load, and I'm hoping obviously the comparisons on stage will be significant, but still an area that I definitely need to improve a lot of. And this takes away nothing from the actual main presses of the session, which is chest focus today. I do have a shoulder focus, a shoulder press in my other push day. But yeah, this one just starts with lateral. So yeah, 3 sets here. I generally do like a lighter set to start, like a 10 to 14, and then this is generally like an 8 to 12 for 2 sets afterwards. I do rest in between each arm as well, just to, or each delt if you like, just make sure obviously I'm fresh going into each set. So take your time with these, get it nice and short at the top, and then yeah, basically that's that, 3 sets there. So as you can see, the first couple of clips of this session, I didn't actually focus the camera correctly because I'm obviously put it onto another machine using the magnet. I've then clicked record and it was focused obviously very close. When I step away, it didn't focus from the out angle, so apologies. I did fix this later on through the session. But yeah, this is the dual stack incline chest press. I've got it set on an incline, so as you can see, the bench is set at a flat position and the arms move upwards. That's incline dominant. So actually by tilting the machine and having it running at the same angle as the arms allows it to be a flat press. So don't get confused with those ways around. I'm not a lover of this, I'll be honest with you. The reason it's in is we don't have another incline press at the moment, and obviously incline upper chest is a big focus of mine. So again, that is the reason why that one is in there. And it allows me, especially deeper I go through to prep, like joint stability and stuff will start to go, and fat when I get shredded. So it makes sense to get this in now and try and retain numbers. That being said, I did lose a couple of reps on this one this week, I'm honest. My press and strength seems to have gone on the floor the last couple of weeks, although sleep has actually been really good. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating, but I'm fighting all I can, as hopefully you can see through these sets. It's not a case of lack of effort, it's just those reps are not quite there anymore. So yeah, a bit of a change of program moving forward. Next week we're actually going to run the Smith first and the machine afterwards, just for connection purposes, and I might actually go whole hog and put the fly in before any presses, again just to help with connection, and then just trying to retain those numbers as opposed to these ones. Yeah, the Smith feels pretty nice. I just don't have the power that I used to. As you can see, smelling salts in. 2 sets here, so it's 2 sets on the machine, 2 sets on Smith, both rep ranges, 6 to 9 top set, 10 to 14 back off, as you know by now from knowing me for training, is generally how I run things. You can see here, again, it was not a lack of effort. I actually get Lloyd to bail me out of this one. So I think, again, a rep lost on this one. And I was actually doing like another 15 kilos on this at peak strength. So it has dropped off. Like I always say to people, don't get weak when you start cutting, but some of it's inevitable. I'm like at my lowest now, I think 7.5 kilos down since Boxing Day. So, something's going to give eventually. Pull numbers have retained really well, but push has started to drop off. So yeah, this one I only lost 1 rep, and that's going through the set again. Positive thoughts in your mind do make a massive difference during a set, especially when things get heavy. Like I felt really positive about this. I was like, oh, I'm gonna catch up. I'm always gonna get the rep back that I lost in the first set, and then I just hit a fucking wall, as you can see. And I don't think I completed this rep. No, so I had to drop it off like 3/4 of the way there. So I was pissed, I was annoyed, but I think, I've got that frustration. I've tried to fight those reps back last week, obviously tweaking the program a little bit to put the Smith in first as like a performance lift, if you like, and then the machine just to help with connection and really firing those, creating as much stimulus through that upper chest as possible. But yeah, I had a bit of a pep talk myself at that point. But yeah, like I say, training feels good. It feels great. I can see that I'm getting leaner, but I just want to retain those numbers as much as possible. But I'm doing everything in my control to do so. Fly variation up next. Again, 2 sets here. As you can see, I'm using the fat grips on the arms. I just find with the fly that I'm using here, because the handles, it allows your shoulders to come forward very easily. Whereas when I'm using these, I can fight and I can squeeze. Remember, the main function of your pec is to abduct and adduct, so it's actually to jam the bicep in towards the chest. So we're trying, not to overtake with the shoulders. The minute the shoulders overtake the chest, you're not really working the pec fibers anymore. So like I say, as through this, it feels great. It allows me to stay on my chest the whole time, which is cool. And then we've got like a katana extension, which is nice up close and personal, because it was the only way for the magnet to stick on. Really like these. Again, just trying to keep my hands nice and close on the way down, and then just fight on the way up. Check the camera's actually seeing me, so a nice little eye to eye there, which is just really awkward. Again, I lost a rep on this one. I think I've used a different cable stack the last couple of weeks, so just resistance profile feels a little bit different. And also the second cable of this stack has actually disappeared, because the little ball is fought inside itself, so its resistance profile feels a little bit different. I'm going to use that as an excuse. But yeah, then we're into some posing. If you're getting on stage, I'm getting on stage, I can't be shy in front of the gym. Like, I need to practice my posing. Having a mirror, I couldn't really care less what people thought. So yeah, just been jamming, just been posing in front of the camera. I wouldn't in front of the mirror. Sorry, I wouldn't really do this without a pump. But yeah, Vascumax saving my bacon there with a pump. I'm running a little bit flat on the flat side now, I would say, but yeah, obviously needs must in terms of trying to get shredded. So yeah, posing's feeling really good. I would love to be able to do more time, spend more time on it. But generally, like, I'm nailing those positions quite well now, and just trying to get used to my rounds. Yeah, the fingers open, there it is. The thing that people have been going on about, why are you doing that? Why are you putting your fingers open? Why aren't you clenching your fist? I don't love it. It's just what PCA asks for in a men's physique, rear double bicep and front double bicep. So it's just what I have to do. But yeah, as soon as that show is over, unless I'm competing in PCA again this year, I will definitely revert back to the closed fist on that shot. But yeah, like I said, getting leaner, which is nice. I think training generally, like I say, is feeling good. We're, as I speak, it'll be 9 weeks tomorrow into prep, so 7 weeks out just about from the first show, which means realistically it's like maximum of 6 weeks more of digging before that one, because we've got a peak week in there as well, which we're not taking completely full. We don't want to come in at 100% for that one, because there's obviously latter shows which are still in like 5 weeks later than that. So that peak will probably, like I say, just drop off a little bit of cardio, run a little bit of a high day sort of refeed approach rather than like a full peak. But I'm hoping I'm in pretty good nick for that, and I'm looking forward to doing the show a little bit fuller. And also, like, it's my sole focus is that number on there. I'm not thinking I think it's 13 weeks to my main show, UK FBA. Like, if I was thinking like that, I'd be like, this is a long way to go. It's going to feel like a slog. Naturally, at that point of PCA, I'd probably have a refeed anyway. So if I'm having a refeed, a little bit of a drop in intensity and cardio and just freshen up, I may as well jump on stage, And I've put a lot of work into the last couple of years. I've pretty much dedicated my whole life to this process. Anyone that knows me will probably agree with that. And I can't wait to get back on stage, basically. So why not do one earlier? And like I say, breaking it up this time. To be honest, like, going into this year, I didn't know if I'd actually be able to get on stage again. We're still a little way off, we're getting there. But obviously with having Freddie now, life looking very different to what it did 2 years ago. I just wanted to test myself. So immediately when I had a kid, even when Abby got pregnant, it was like, oh, surely you're not going to compete again. I'm like, that just gives me reason to want to do it. So yeah, going through there, what did we miss? We had a tricep push down as well as the katana, and then we had some delts. These got taken out of my program, but just fired some extra sets of lateral raises just to get a bit of a pump on as I was going into my posing. So let's self-critique and tell people where I'm at with my head and my physique right now. Okay, lighting's not great here. Pros, like I say, delts have definitely come up. My posing has definitely got better. My trousers are filthy. You can blame my son for that. But yeah, obviously running on the flatter side of things, I think I can see the improvements. And kind of until I get in stage condition, I'm not going to secure that as like official. Like I say, this is very raw rounded pose. I'm just trying to learn through transitions and stuff. Lighting is shocking, so it's not really doing me any favours. Back was generally a bit of a strong point from last time. Anyway, that definitely something that I've, there's been a better shot. But I think this year round, or since competing in 2024, my connection with my lat training has come on so much. But until I get peeled, you probably won't see that too much. My upper back's always been quite good. But yeah, you have moments where you're like, I'm trying to appreciate the process and trying to appreciate where I'm at right now. But it's almost like as soon as you post something, it's like, yeah, well, I'm going to get leaner again. Or, you know, I'm not quite there yet. And it's just trying to share the journey. And then, yeah, just be excited for the weeks ahead. But in the moment, like I say, right now where I'm at, I'm getting leaner. I'm starting to see visible detail in my physique, more lines, stuff appearing. Training still feeling really good. Like cognitively, I'm pretty sound overall. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to showcasing things, you know, in my best possible light when it comes to stepping back on stage. Which yeah, it's been a massive goal of mine. It's been a massive journey. You know, I've got factors now where like I want to make Freddie proud. He might not know what's going on, you know, when I get on stage, but I think he'll probably know it's me up there. So yeah, just to obviously be able to look back on, do him proud, do my clients proud. A big thing for me has always been like I want to lead from the front. That's always been my method, whether it's been into management or now as a coach. You know, if I can showcase that I can do something, it shows my clients that they can achieve a lot more than they probably think they can. So give themselves some credit. So yeah, like I say, from this silhouette here, like I like the shape I've got. Obviously, we've changed the front shot this year to allow me to pose on the other side, which I do think looks better. But I'm not as good getting down on my abs on that side. I did tweak a bit of like a lower abdominal, which has caused a little bit harder to pose through this week, but yeah, generally, like I say, it's coming. So we are now, like I say, my lowest 73.65 I've weighed so far is around 7.5 kilos down from my heaviest when I started prep on Boxing Day. Obviously, goes without saying, I haven't missed a beat since that point. Every step, every calorie, every cardio session, every session has been nailed. Took a bit of a devolume last weekend, which was lovely. But it's ran into some heavy smoke this week in terms of soreness. I'm running a rest day today, so it's Thursday today, Thursday the 26th of February. But yeah, much needed rest day, body is sore. But like I said, generally feeling good. Obviously the back issue I had a few weeks ago with my discs has solved. I've got a chiropractor later on, but I hinged on Saturday, did deadlift stiff legs for the first time, which felt great. And yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap up the video here. So hopefully you've enjoyed me waffling on. If you enjoy this style of video, please let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, like I say, let me know if you like this style of video and you want me to run it again. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.